Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am doing things a little bit differently today. I am sitting on my bed, and I'm going to tell you guys about all the books on my Amazon storefront. I have them all right next to me, minus one because I couldn't find Steal Like an Artist. I was just reading it the other day, so I must have misplaced it after I finished reading. So unfortunately, I don't have that one to show you, but it is linked to my storefront. But I'll get to that. I will describe that one a little bit. And basically what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold up a book, tell you a little bit about it, tell you, I don't know, just like a little why you should read it maybe. And we'll go from there. Some of these I have not finished yet, but I'm working on it because your girl likes to read. I'm just a weirdo girl that likes to read for whatever reason. So I just want to share my book collection with people. So if you've been looking for books for your self-development journey, I got you. I have so much to give. So here's where we're going to start. If you are a Christian, read the Bible. That's the first book that I want to mention before I even get into this. Read the Bible. Next, if you are a Christian also, Holy Moments. This is a really easy read. So if you have not read in a long time, this is what the words look like on the page. Huge. Easy to read words, nothing complex. I read this in like a day. It was so easy to read. And what I love about this copy, I ordered it off of Amazon and I got it used, so it was cheaper. And this one has a note in it that's handwritten from somebody's dad, and it says, Franny, I share this with you because I see your holy moments regularly. Hopefully you do too. Keep making the world a better place. Love, Dad. Franny, if you see this, I hope you liked this book because this is so sweet. Your dad gave you this book and he sees your holy moments. That's so sweet. We need to find Franny and tell her thank you. And your father is so sweet because that's so cute. This is the first one I would suggest for that. Next, on your self-development journey, we're going to start with the good stuff. Atomic Habits. If you're into self-development and you haven't heard of this book, where have you been? Where have you been? Because this is everything. This is everything. This is the base of everything. Your habits. Your habits form your life. Okay? So if you're trying to get rid of a habit, if you're trying to gain a habit, if you want to understand the importance of habits, James Clear, Atomic Habits. So good. I need to reread it. I need to reread all these books, to be honest. This was also like one of the first reads I read in this past year. These I've all read in the past year. Yeah. All during my bodybuilding prep. So I've like deep dived into self-development super deep this past year. So this was one of the first reads and I suggest you do the same. Atomic Habits, James Clear. So good. Next. This is also if you're a Christian. Ed Milet. Ed Milet, if you have not listened to his podcasts. Let me start with that. Ed is this is what he looks like. This is Ed. I saw him at Life Surge, the motivational speaker event. It was a Christian event. And wow, he was so good live. Like, listening to his podcast for so many hours, like, I got to know him so well over his podcast. And I used to listen to it on the drive to work every day. And then I kind of moved on to different podcasts, but I had to read his book. The Power of One More. This is very good. The Ultimate Guide to Happiness and Success is what it says. And the power of one more. So one more rep in the gym. Doing one more thing that you're uncomfortable. Reading one more book, even though you don't want to. It's doing the tiniest thing that really you don't think makes that much of an impact. But it does, because those things compound. Like me posting my YouTube videos. One more YouTube video. One more second of time under tension in the gym. I don't know. One more rep. The power of one more. Highly suggest. Next, the book on mental toughness. Andy Frisella. If you don't know Andy Frisella, he's the owner of First Form, which is a supplement company. And his story is so good as well. I got this book because I love him as a person. He has just such an inspirational story with his business journey and how him and his brother started this supplement company out of this store, and they used to sleep in the back of the store, like they lived there and I think he said he did not make a dollar off that store for the first, I want to say, correct me if I'm wrong, I want to say 10 years. Correct me if I'm wrong, because that's a very impactful statement to say, 10 years, but I'm pretty sure they did not make any profit on that supplement store for the first good amount of years of that business. So he's just really inspirational. The ability to withstand discomfort for that long is commendable. And so I was like, mental toughness, sign me up, teach me your ways. Highly suggest. He is also the creator. Oh my gosh, how could I not mention this? He's also the creator of 75 Hard. So I'm sure you've heard of that if you're into fitness and mental toughness. 75 Hard, everyone knows that. 75 Hard, if you don't know what it is a fitness challenge where there are 5 rules, I believe. You have no drinking, 2 exercises a day, 1 has to be outside, a gallon of water, pretty sure. Follow a diet of some sort, so like any diet, up to you. What's the 5th one? 10 pages of a book. 10 pages of a book. The book on mental toughness, okay? Reading this while doing 75 Hard, that's crazy. That's a crazy combo right there. I highly suggest that. I read this during prep, during my cardio. I read it in like 3 days. So good. So good. Are you kidding me? I was on that bike doing my fasted cardio and I was like, yeah, let's get it. We're digging. I'm building my mental toughness, Andy. Okay? That's what I'm doing. So, highly suggest. Next up, The Art of Focus, Dan Koe. Dan Koe, if you are on YouTube, which you are right now, and you don't know this man, if you're into self-development, baby, you gotta look him up, okay? The Art of Focus. This book means so much to me. One, I knew I needed it once I saw the symbol on it. I'm trying to see if I have an example of it anywhere. My symbol that I draw all the time, I'm an artist for you that don't know me. I have this symbol that I draw in all of my journals, and it's a circle with a dot outside of it. And it's very like symbolic to me for a lot of reasons, but the fact that this symbol was on the front, I was like, this is gonna be good. Something about it was calling my name, and to my pleasant surprise, so good. I read this in a few days as well. Maybe 2 weeks actually. Such a good book. He is, I'm going to say this in the nicest way possible because it is a compliment when I say this. He is a nerd, okay? And he's super into self-development, super, how do I say this? Stoic, super stoic. And you just need to look him up on YouTube because his content is so good. So good. He is like a modern day woke entrepreneur. That's how I describe him. But he's more analog, if that makes sense. Like, he's very technical in that I know he's developing an app, the last I checked on him. And I just know that app is not only going to be made, but it's going to be made well. Because the way he does things is the right way. He doesn't do things with AI, these surface level things. No, if he does it, he's working with people who are coding for him. And that's why I like him. He gets deep in the nitty gritty and makes sure that things are right. And that's why I respect him as a person. So I knew I needed his book. So if you've been looking for a book by him, he's got one. I'm sure you knew that if you know who he is. Find meaning, reinvent yourself, and create your ideal future. The Art of Focus. Really, you gotta read it. I can't even spoil anything for you. I'm trying to see if I like annotated anything that I could just read you a quick snippet. I don't annotate books often. Unfortunately, I need to, I think I saw something. Here we go. I'm going to read you a paragraph, a little sneak peek, if you will, because this was a good one. This is the path of mastery. As you push towards your ideal future, you will be forced to upskill and match the challenge that any hierarchy of goals present. Be wary of those that put a clear path in front of you. In a world where the masses, this is the part that I underline, in a world where the masses flock towards the promise of a certain future, a wise decision is to embark on the uncertain nature of life itself and create your own certainty, through focus. And I underlined it and I said, run towards fear. I'm gonna just let that breathe. That's good. So good. Such a good book. Next, I guess we can sidetrack to here. The Emperor's Head. Do I want to go here? Yeah, we can go here. Let's start the Stoic talk, okay? I'm rereading this right now, the Emperor's Handbook. This is like, how I would describe this is the Bible of the Stoics. It is a way of living. This is not meant to be a book. This is Marcus Aurelius's diary that they made into a book. Insane. So if you like Stoic philosophy and you haven't read this book, first off, what are you doing? There's just so many good rules to life in this book. I would say this is a more masculine book, in my opinion. So if you're a guy especially, I would read this. If you're a girl, there's still so much good in this. It's just so real, the way that he describes things. My favorite, I mentioned this in my previous YouTube video, but my favorite book in this book, favorite chapter, they call them books in this book, is book 5. Book 5, the beginning of book 5. When you read it, you'll read it. That's my favorite part. Next we have Seneca. I started this. How far am I? This is how far I am. I have not finished it. I honestly think that I would need to reread it. It's been so long since I picked this up. This is a harder read. Oh, I have some annotations in here. So let's read a little bit and see what we have in here, Seneca, because it's been a minute since I picked you up. Let's start. This is kind of a long paragraph, so brace yourself. No one should feel pride in anything that is not his own. We praise a vine if it loads branches with fruit and bends its very props to the ground with the weight it carries. Would anyone prefer the famous vine that had gold grapes and leaves hanging on it? Fruitfulness is the vine's peculiar virtue. So, too, in a man's praise is due only to what is his very own. Suppose he has a beautiful home and a handsome collection of servants, a lot of land under cultivation, and a lot of money out at interest. Not one of these things can be said to him. They are just things around him. Praise him, what neither can be given nor snatched away, what is peculiarly a man's. Oh, that's good. See, I just got lost. I forgot I was here. Praise in him what can neither be given nor snatched away, what is peculiarly a man's. I was going to keep reading, but no, I'm going to stop there. Again, I'm going to read this a third time. Praise in him what neither can be given, praise in him what can neither be given nor snatched away, what is peculiarly, why can't I talk now? A man's. Bro. What you have, what God instilled deep in you, that is what you need to be praised for, not any worldly possession that you have. Sorry, I can't preach right now. I rest my case. That's a little Seneca. I would read this later in your Stoic readings, or at least that's what I did. But I haven't finished it yet, so I gotta get on that. What am I doing? Okay, and then this one, I have not finished either. We're into the series, the books that I have not finished yet. This is Man's Search for Meaning. I feel like this is I bought this in high school. So this is an old book, you can tell. It's like crusty dusty. I used to keep it in my car so that I could read it whenever I had free time. It's by Viktor E. Frankl. I wish I knew more about it to describe it to you, but Let me read the backs to re-up our memory here, but I know that this is a classic self-development book, and that's why I bought it in high school, but I never had the time to read it. So, but I know it's a good one, and that's why I'm suggesting it, but I'm also letting you know that I haven't read it, so I don't have much to say about it. Let's read the back. Psychiatrist Viktor Frankl's memoir has revitalized generation of readers with its description of lives in Nazi death camps and its lessons for spiritual survivors. Based on his own experience and the stories of his patients, Frankl argues that we cannot avoid suffering, but we can choose how to cope with it, find meaning in it, and move forward. At the heart of his theory, known as logotherapy, is a conviction that is primarily human drive, that the primary human drive is not pleasure, but for the pursuit of what we find meaningful. So beautiful. Man's Search for Meaning has become one of the most influential books in America. It continues to inspire us to all find significance in the very act of living. Wow. Born in Vienna in 1903, Viktor E. Frankl published more than 30 books on theoretical and clinical psychology and gained international renown. He died in 1997. Wow. Wow. See, I'm inspiring myself here. I want to read this. Because every single person on this earth has a desire to understand why we're here. We have that innate desire. We want to know how things work. We want to know why things are. We want to know why we're at that job, why we're doing this, why we're doing that. What's the point of it all if we're going to die, right? I can't start talking about anime on here. We're not that deep. Anyways, but Attack on Titan, if you know, you know. Next, and last, but certainly not least, I also have not finished this one. I'm just over halfway. Tam Kaur. This is not the author. Tam Kaur, Kaur, is how you spell her name. She's a YouTuber. Self-development YouTuber, beautiful, lives in London. Love her content. If you are a girl looking for a self-development YouTuber to watch, Tam Kaur. I'm gonna, Danco and Tam Kaur, I'm gonna link their YouTubes down below so you can check them out. I'm trying to look and see if anyone else has a YouTube here, but I think these two are the only influencers. Ed Milet may have a YouTube. I'm sure he does, actually, because he makes podcasts, so I'm sure he has a YouTube. And maybe I'm going to just look it up, and if they have a YouTube, I'll tag them below, just so you guys can check these people out. I found this book through Tam Kaur. I wish I am saying her name right. Tam Kaur. She also came out with her own book recently, Buy Yourself the Damn Flowers. I'm going to self-promote you, girl, if you ever come across this video. I thank you for your content because you teach me as a girl in the self-development world how to be a girl in the self-development world. Literally what I'm doing right here. So one, I thank her for that because it's hard being a girl in the self-development world. And I learn a lot from her because I watch and I look up to so many men influencers in the self-development world, or at least I look to my left and all of these authors are men. So it's like, thank you for suggesting something for the girls. So I love her also because she is a girl boss. So she talks about financials, how to capitalize on investing. And so she had an interview or a podcast with this author who is the creator of the global #1 investing education podcast. So if you're a girl and you are trying to get on your stuff, I need to listen to that. I need to listen to her podcast. I'm not done with her book yet, but Girls That Invest. This book is so good because it dumbs down the stock market to woke terms. And for whatever reason on this earth, girls have this predisposition that we just aren't smart enough to invest in stocks. If men can do it, so can we. Okay. So this book is really good for the girls that want to take their finances seriously and invest. For whatever reason, again, we have this predisposition that we can't invest because we're girls. We don't understand that stuff. No, yeah, we very well can. Girls that invest. I'm learning how to invest before I'm rich and famous so that I'm prepared for when I am. And I just think it's an important skill for everyone to learn. And she does it in like a woke way. So it's very girl language, but also very educational. So I'm about halfway through and it's really good. I will need to reread it though, but this is really good for that. Aw, she's a TEDx speaker. I love it. Here's a photo of her. So cute. Let me focus on it. So cute. Okay. I think that's it. Or that is it. I know that's it. Did I describe Stealing Like an Artist? Because I want to give her a mention, even though that one's not here. I don't know if the author of that one is a male or a female. But it's really good if you are a creative and you like creating, but you don't want to copy someone else. Read that book. Read that book. That's all I'll say about that one. But that one's so good. Okay. That is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next one. Oh, let me pause. If you don't know my channel, I am proving to the world that you can post videos that are unplanned and not with the fanciest camera. This is on my phone. Okay? We're not editing this. We're not cutting. I have makeup on, but like no beauty filter. Nothing complex. I'm just proving to the world that you are able to just post valuable content and the world, the algorithm is going to find your people, okay? And you can find success without overcomplicating this process of content creation. So with that being said, if you want to like, comment, subscribe, follow, all those YouTube things, not follow, subscribe. I'm learning. I'm new here. Be nice. Do all those things. I very, very, very much appreciate it. And yeah, comment down below if you watched this whole video. If you did, I love you so much. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for spending 22 minutes of your time with me. That means more than you know. Time is the most precious thing on earth, and you chose 23 minutes of your time to spend with me talking about books. Thank you. Thank you. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next video.